Well, good evening. Welcome back to VP4TV. We've got some Christmas Day 9-ball Scotch doubles.
Well, good evening.
And I'll just need to turn the volume down on my phone because I've got the live stream running on there just to check it. I think we have 3 teams in. Let's have a look. Hang on. Because there's one team got a bye to the final. That's who is it? I can't even read that. Is that Jose? Jose and Chimpy are in the final. I think it's Jose. I need to get out of my seat. That's just how bad it is. Yeah, it's Jose and Chimpy in the final. We've got Sergresh and One Pocket Slim against Wit and Potman to see who gets the final. So it won't be long. And welcome to Jose. So we're one apiece. Quick reminder also, we have the final of the 3 Cushion Virtual World Championships coming up tomorrow evening at 11 PM, 2300 hours GMT. That will be between Chiku and Acero, and I'll be there for that. I hope you can join us. Potman's left that away short. Now this cue ball could come off the 8 ball and it might be favourable. The problem I think is he's got too much of a cut in the 2. In fact, he's played the bank instead. I think it was far too much of an angle. I don't know whether One Pocket Slim can see enough of the 3 ball to actually pot it. He must be able to. But he's gone a little square for Sergresh here. Now Sergresh has to avoid the 6 ball, and I think he will. I think it's thin enough. He's played that well. Well, One Pocket Slim and Sergresh should be back into the lead here. Now this cue ball just needs to go up the table and back down. Anywhere on the left hand side will be fine. It looks as if he's taking it up top though to stay at this end, but he doesn't want to overhit it. Yeah, he probably would have been better to go the safer route. And might be a bit fortunate that he hasn't left anything exactly easy here. Well, the 6 ball has got about half a pocket to go in, believe it or not. It will go. In fact, the billiards when played on the 9 and that worked. That was well played also by Potman. So Potman and Wit take the lead. And Potman and Wit are actually getting the 8 ball as their additional money ball. And that breaks, put the 3 ball and the 5 ball down. No shot in the 1. That's a good safety. Full snooker in the 1 ball. It's going to have to be kicked. Well, this is one of those no man's land pots. You're not good either side, whatever way you choose. But you certainly shouldn't really need to worry about getting position in the 2 ball. The 2 ball over that top left hand corner pocket, it's coming out and getting good in the 4. Now that 4 ball I think goes into the side pocket past the 6. I think it does. Let's have a quick look. Oh yeah, not a problem. So really all that Slim should be doing here is dropping that 2 in, probably killing the cue ball, and letting Sergresh roll that 4 ball into the side. And if you can get a good angle in the 4 ball, he can also hold for the 6 in the side. I don't know whether that's the good angle. Let's have a look. No, not really. Problem is the cue ball wants to go forward and probably bump the 7. So he's taking evasive action, but he's taking his eye off the pot and then fluked it in the other corner off the 8 ball. Well, everybody needs a bit of luck now and again. 6 ball, well, it's got to go into the side really. It's a bit too tight past that 8. Well, this time Sergresh and Slim should be all square. Well, you'll soon find out, Slim. You'll soon find out if you're going to pay the price. So far, Jose's the only person that was in the stream. Slim, he's probably got bored and gone already. So into rack number 5. 2 apiece. A ball or balls on the break for Sergresh. But just the 3 ball has gone. But certainly no apparent shot. Oh, there is a shot in the one. I didn't think he could see it. He can certainly get it. Cross the table twice to leave the 2 into the side. And this looks fine. I think if he just drops this in dead weight, the cue ball won't leak away too far. And that will do nicely. That's perfect. Well, it might be 2 in a row here for Slim and Sergresh. It looks too good to waste this opportunity. Easy enough to go into the 8 into the side. Drop through for the 9 down the rail. All simple enough stuff. Well, the cue ball's going to be just running away from the 9, but it won't be any issue. So a simple enough 9 to take the lead again. Remember, these are races to 7. this to see who gets to the final to play Chimpy and Jose. Again, the 3 ball has gone. I think that's like about 3 times in a row the 3 ball has gone in the break. But no shot in the 1. Easy enough safety. This could be nasty. Oh, I thought it was going to spin in behind the 9 there. If I had enough of the spin on it. So this 5 ball will hold the 1 ball as long as you get the edge on that 1 ball correct. Now you need to miss the 2. And that's pretty good. I mean, it's not a snooker, but it's good enough. But we all know where the safety zone is. But that 2 ball could come into play. And Slim manages to miss it, and he's got the snooker, but should be an easy enough hit. Now the only danger is, in fact, looking at the line, I think the 4 ball's in the way of the line off the long rail, so he's going to have to kick it from the short rail behind. Now if he gets this right, Potman could leave the cue ball there. Well, he needed to be a wee bit firmer than that. The side pocket's a very big pocket now. Sergresh can probably bump the cue ball off the edge of the 7, and that gets the 7 out of there. But Slim is going to have to try something here, or at least leave something for his partner to try and get the break out on this 5 and 6. So potting the 2 isn't a problem, but he must leave an angle if he can for Sergresh to try and get a bump on this 6 and 5. Well, he's taking a big risk doing that, but he's lucky. He's very lucky that he's come out of it and left Sergresh a shot, because that could have all went pear-shaped. But it's good enough. I don't believe he wants to be taking on the 4-9 combo. Everything else is fairly straightforward, as long as the cue ball gets high enough up the table off this 5. Well, it's a bit straightish, but you can easy enough pinch an angle and get that cue ball rolling and just get back up the table. Don't want to roll too far though. Don't want to roll too far. Well, he's bumped to 7, and this has gone straight. Let's have a look. Now this is one where you've got to hit it, and that's well played. And there's a slight angle there. Again, it can be helped with a bit of spin just to get the cue ball out of there and get it above this 8 ball or below it as we look. And Slim and Sergresh should have a 2-rack gap here. Now this needs to come off the rail, and that way you can get a hold of the cue ball. So this just needs jacked up a bit to hold the cue ball back. I mean, he can let it run if he wants, but I think he is going to do that by the look of it. He's just going to let it run through. Again, the path took a run right into the 9 ball, and again, fortunate enough they've got a half decent shot on it, but it is a 2-rack gap for the first time in the match. So Sergresh breaking off in rack number 7, and again, ball in the break. Oh, now I think he's going to have to push out, but the danger here is where you push out to, because having that 3 and 7 pretty close could leave your opponents an opportunity to put you in trouble. Now I don't know whether Wit can just skim the 1 and push it down and then just bump into the 7 and stay behind the 3. I don't know whether he can do that. I mean, he can actually cut that 1 and pot it. Well, he's pushed it back, and Sergresh I think is going to go for the pot here. I don't know that that was the right choice to do, because the 1 does pot. It could be a mistake, because this will also break out the 7 and the 3. Well, he's got it too thick, way too thick. So in this case, the push out or push back has worked in Wit's favour. And now having that and trailing by 2, Wit and Potman have got to get the job done here, and that's no good. Ran straight into the 5, no shot in the 3. There may well be a bank on the 3, but I think the safety's a far better option. I don't know that he's necessarily doing it, or he is going to do it. Well, not a great safety, simply because first of all you've not got distance, and secondly you've given your opponents an opportunity to put you in trouble. Got to come up with something better than that. That's no good. Very weak safety. You've got to try and make life a bit more difficult for your opponent than just leaving him an easy safety in return. Well, I think One Pocket Slim was getting ambitious, but he's blown himself out of the water with this. He's going to scratch almost, yeah. Dropped in at the last second, and Slim I think was trying to billiard onto that 9 ball there. Now he's, you know, that's taking a big risk, especially when you're 2 racks up, because you don't want to give your opponents a free goal, which is what's happened here. Now again, Wit and Potman can't be messing up these opportunities. You've got a wide open table. They're good enough to find their way out. Well, again, the simple shot would be just to drop through and take the 6 into the side, but then you've got to think about how you're getting back for the 7. And he's trying to get up above the 6, but he's not really got there comfortable. I mean, he had a load of room to get up top. That cue ball could have went, it could have went another foot or more that way. But that's well recovered by Potman. Pretty straight, so just rolling it in, because that's their money ball. I forgot about that. And success in the break for Wit. I don't know that Potman's coming to the table with a shot. Let's have a quick look. No, he isn't. But again, he can bank this. He can cut this to the rail and bring it onto the top rail. So he needs to go maybe 2 rails here to get this 1 ball onto the top rail. But I think that's a shot, because you're trying to get the cue ball down this end. Well, he's going to push out, and more than likely going to be put back in here by Sergresh. That's what I'd be doing. I mean, there is a pot on, but Sergresh did the right thing. Now Witt's either going to have to come up with a pot here, this cut into this bottom left, or something that's a good safety. And the inevitable was going to happen there. Been limited by only seeing the edge of the one, and Witt is scratched. So Sergresh with ball in hand, loads of room to get up the table onto the 2 for his partner. That could have easily scratched there. I would have played it the other way. I would have left the angle the other way just so that I'm cutting the ball and the cue ball's bumping the short rail and getting up the table. That way you're not running into something. And that could easily have just cut off the 7 and scratched the side. And again, it's one of these no man land shots. Wee bit of pressure on Sergresh here. Oh, I think he's had loads of English or something in the cue ball there, because he's missed that 3 ball by the proverbial country mile. That's a big miss. So Potman and Witt have a good chance here of squaring the match. This has got a good pace if it misses a 7, and that's very nicely done. So we most certainly will be all square. Just another 3 balls to pot up to the 8 ball. So don't forget, Slim taking a bit of a liberty trying to billiard onto the 9. Sergresh wasn't sitting great on that ball there, missed it by quite a margin. So the mistakes have come from their opponents, and Witt and Potman have taken advantage of them. We're back on par, 4 apiece. And again, a pretty good break. And the 2 and the 5 have gone, and there is a cut in the 1. And again, it's all about the pot in the 1. You don't really need to worry about having a shot in the 3. The cue ball's got to be somewhere in the table where you can see the 3. Gone to the rail too soon with that one. So Slim hampered slightly, I think, by the 9 ball. I don't know whether he can get into the cue ball, because he needs to hold the cue ball. Yeah, this is awkward. Yeah, he's just hitting it sort of half ball to keep the cue ball out of the pocket. Didn't try to do anything spectacular, but I think having done that though, he's left his partner tight to the rail, and Sergresh wasn't risking doing anything fancy. So a testy little cut for Slim, but if he misses the 8 and comes back down the table here, Sergresh will be on the 6 into the side. Well, he's played it soft to leave him the 6 the other way. And that'll work. Sergresh has got to get the cue ball out of there. He's got to come off the rail and get out. And now, of course, you're running into this 9 ball, I think, here. Should be okay, though. Oh, hang on a minute. I think he's still okay. Welcome to Matt. Mal, I've bloody mixed up my names there. Merry Christmas to you. So the winner of this match goes through to play Chimpy and Jose in the final. Just the usual 2 or 3 teams in this event each week. So Slim and Sergresh back into the lead. Looking for a half decent break. 6 and 7 have gone in. But the 1 ball will thin cut. But the cue ball is running up the top end of the table here. With no great shot in the 2. Well, that was definitely a pot that was played there by Sergresh. And he did have a shot in the 2 for his partner, but he's also left Potman hooked. Now, can he get between the gap there? He's got to. He's going. I think he's going too tight to that jaw. He's aiming too tight to the jaw here. He needs to go. He needs to go further right. Yeah, I didn't like the line he was taking. Well, that's true. Normally we've got some sort of Christmas tournament on, and Steve's not been around. Well, he's been in the lobby as far as the name is concerned, but I doubt very much whether he's been here. Well, this time in the States would be when quite a few people would be settling down for something to eat, I would imagine. What time is it? What's the time? It's 25 minutes to 7, so that's like 25 minutes to 3 in the afternoon, is it? No, wait a minute. It's 25 minutes to 8. That is 25 minutes to 3. So I'd imagine he's busy with family and food in that order. So the mistake again has given Wit and his partner a chance, but they're still going to have to pot the 9 ball this time because the 8 ball's already gone. Watch the cue ball. It needs to bounce. I think it's good. Oh no, that 8 ball's up the top. I didn't see the 8 ball there. I thought the 8 ball had gone. Well, this is going to have to be a thin cut with pace to try and snick it in. And it wasn't easy. But what it will mean is that Slim and Sergresh should be on the hill. That could be very costly. Well, it wasn't actually frozen to the rail. It was just off the rail, I think. But even so, it was still tight to get that cut in. So Sergresh breaking the match. And it's dry this time. Mal, are you still there? That's what I meant to ask you a question. Are you still awake watching this? Mal'll probably get bored and gone. So, Potman and Wit at the point of no return, and it's going to be a hard task to get out this rack. I think this cue ball is a bit too straight in the 3 for a start, and then of course whatever sort of pot you have in the 4, you've got to also try and get some sort of breakout on that 6 and 5. And I don't know that this is going to work. I think the 8 ball's in the way for a start. He might catch. Yeah, that was the problem. Commentators' eye saw that one, and now they're in dire straits. Hooked in a 5. So it's not looking good for Potman and Wit. Not only has Potman got to get the hit, but he needs a bit of luck. He needs a roll. Is he trying to squeeze this past the 8? Well, I suppose I'll settle for that. That's better than nothing at all. Got the hit, left it reasonably safe. Wit, sorry, not Wit, Sergresh having a go, was always going to leave his partner on the 6 ball, so Wit and Potman have been let off the hook there. And again, this is not an easy shot. Cue ball's going away at an angle off this 5. He didn't get into the cue ball enough. That needed a bit more oomph. The only danger though would have been getting a bit more into the cue ball, might have risked more the scratch in the left side pocket. So now Potman has got to come up with something good here. Now I think that 6 will pot. I think it will cut. And the cue ball's going to catch something here. I think he's got to go all out for it. It will cut into the side and it will go past the 9, but it's tight. And I don't know whether the scratch is on from the cut into the side. I think it might catch the 9. I think that's the shot he's got to go for. And he's caught the 9, and that's extremely unlucky. Well, that's game over, folks, for this match. I mean, I knew he was going to hit the 9. It's unfortunate he's hit the 9 and the cue ball just continued rolling into the pocket. Got no favours off that 9 ball at all. So Slim with ball in hand. Nice angle to get up the right hand side. Up past the side pocket. And Slim will seal the deal. So it's one pocket Slim and Sergresh versus Chimpy and Jose. in tonight's 9-ball Scotch doubles final, and that room will be going up any second, and we'll get straight in. Still race to 7. So Sergresh is in, Slim is in, Chimpy is in, and Jose has arrived. We've got Sergresh doing the lag on the right hand side, and Jose on the left, and Jose looks as if he's going to win this. I think it's got slightly more legs. So Jose breaks off first rack. This is a scratch match, no handicap. Ball in the break. Well, the cut is on. Well, he's left Jose a bit straightish on this too. Let's have a look. Now if he just pots it and goes through far enough, he'll leave his partner on the 2 into the side. Well, he's not the 2, the 4. But he's managed to use the angle and stun it out. He was confident enough to play it that way, and that works very nice. Well, the angle on the 6, you've got to miss the 8-ball. The cue ball wants to take that line that gets very close to the 8-ball, and Chimpy knows that, and in trying to take evasive action, he simply stunned the cue ball into the corner pocket. Well, he would have liked to take that one again. That's a bit of a blunder. He knew the cue ball was tracking to the 8, but he overcompensated big time. And so Sergresh and Slim have been let off the hook. I was just about to say, just in the process of saying, you know, there's nothing like a good start. You know, you win the lag, you break, get a ball and you run out, but I didn't get that far. So the first big error from Chimpy should cost him that first rack. Oh, this is going. Let's have a look. You just got to have a look at that angle. So, one that's got away there for Chimpy and his partner. Now, did anything go there? No, it didn't. Dry break. So push out called. Now again, there might be a chance of this actually potting. Let's have a look. No, it doesn't. It's way too tight, I think. I mean, I think it will go if you nailed it perfect, but what the hell am I talking about? I'm looking at the wrong ball. I thought that was a 1. There's a 1 there. It's a bloody 9 ball that's up top. I'm lying back in my chair so I couldn't see whether that was the 1 ball. It turned out to be the 9. So Chimpy will be out with the jump stick. Easy enough jump shot, but unlikely to have a great shot in the 2. But a good opportunity for Jose to put his opponents in trouble here. Now, has he left that in the gap? I think he might have. He might have left it in the gap. Well, the double bank has worked for Sergaresh. So now the big question is, what do you do to go on the 5? Now, the most obvious shot would be to just come over the left side and cut the 5. The problem with that is that you're more than likely going to collide with the 7 and 9, and then you don't know whether you're going to be half decent on the 6. And I don't know that that's particularly great. I think Slim's left Sergaresh a bit too straight here. I think, let's have a look at the angle. I think I think he's got enough angle. I think he can go forward. But that's all he can do is go forward, and then Slim's going to have to deal with this problem of the 5 ball. Now he's going to cut it thin. He might check the cue ball with left English to try and avoid the 9 and 7 ball. We'll soon find out. Let's see whether he's doing anything else. He's putting loads on it. He wants to make sure he misses them both, but it makes the pot that more difficult. And that was the only thing, the cue ball just leaking away, and now it's same problem for Sergaresh. He can obviously pot the 6, but the cue ball is going to be bumping stuff here unless he digs right into it. He's trying to draw to the rail, and that's very well controlled. If the shot is on to avoid the collision, then you've got to play the right shot and draw into the rail and getting it out. Controlled very well will get the job done easily. So just the 8 and 9 for 2-0. So Sergaresh with the break in rack number 3, and Chimpy and Jose to steal something if they can. If they're given the opportunity, they've got to do it. Now again, I think there's a ball in the break. This time it was the 6. Thin cutting the 1. 2 balls at the wrong end of the table for this cue ball here. I played that with loads of right English to hold the cue ball back for the 2, but that made the pot much more difficult. But they've got second prize. Again, you've just got to get that little roll of the ball now and again. especially when you're 2-0 down. Well, that's not going to get there, is it? Well, it barely got there, but there wasn't enough momentum to get a ball to a rail, so Sergresh and One Pocket Slim have got ball in hand. Let's have a look. Well, the 3 goes, but if you're... Yeah, I mean, I don't think you need to actually do anything here. You just need to... It goes in off the jaw, that 3 ball. There's loads of room in off the jaw. So again, nothing to do other than try and get the cue ball over to this right side. I mean, Sergresh is looking at the 3. It definitely goes in off the jaw. So he doesn't need to try any acrobatics with the cue ball to try and run into something. You've just got to take what's there and try and get that cue ball in a decent spot. Problem is there's traffic in the way. Well, he was thinking about that too much. He's forgotten about the 2 ball. And Jose is probably going to have to jump this. He's going to have to cut the 2 though. He can't jump directly at the 2 because the cue ball will probably follow it in. It's tight in the pocket. So he's got to be careful how he plays this. Now it needs to slow up. Oh, it's going to go nowhere, I think. Now what do you do? Well, I think Chimpy was getting over ambitious there, thinking he could cut that in. Maybe he did think he could get enough of it to cut it in. It was very, very thin. So I think for about the 3rd time, One Pocket Slim and Sergresh have a chance to widen this gap. Well, this just drop the 5 into the side and let the cue ball roll out. I don't know that he's got the angle that he can hold for the 7 into the top right past the 9. No, yeah, I think he should just let this roll through and keep rolling through for the 7 into that side pocket. That's where the cue ball wants to go. The pace looks good. Now, let's have a look. Well, the angle's just slightly wrong. He still might be able to come back to the rail and hold it. Yeah. And again, that was well done. So this should be fairly simple. Roll in the 8, roll in the 9 for 3-0. Try, I think. Yeah, nothing doing. But immediately Jose, although he's got the pot in the 1 and he's got plenty of room to get up with the 2, look at where that 3 ball's sitting. Right at the back of the 8 ball. Well, one thing's for certain. Chimpy's got an angle to try and get a hit. Now I don't know, I mean he could come down the short side, but the 3 ball doesn't go in past the 6. The 6 blocking it doing that anyway. Now at least Jose should have his opponents in trouble here. This is just a little kill shot. As long as you don't pot the 3, you can just kill this cue ball and stick it behind the 8. Well, I think he could have stuck that a bit tighter than that, I think. Well, he's left an inch and a half. And it's over the edge of the 8, but the 5 ball is going to stop any chance of jumping to get to that ball. So it's going to have to be a kick off that right long rail, just before the side pocket, a wee bit, maybe that diamond past the side pocket as we look. Oh, maybe it was just a wee bit past the diamond. So Slim has missed the hit. And again, Chimpy and his partner have ball in hand and a chance to get on the board for the first time in the final. Oh dear, the yawn has started. Oh. I was still up at, no, tell a lie, I think I got up about 6:30 this morning, which is a long lie-in for me, considering what to go to. Oh, now he needs to find a gap here. I think he might have just found it. Well, that's good enough. But once again, the problem is the 7 ball is not sitting great. And he's trying to just leave this roll. Well, it's not a roll into the side. You've got to roll forward, get onto that side rail and get right out. And Chimpy's played the right shot. It's always about playing the right shot. You know, you can't bottle out on playing the right shot. You had to go right through to the rail and out to get good on that 8 ball. So Chimpy with a simple 9 ball will get him and his teammate on the board. And we still might have a match on here. Now needing that little bit of momentum, a ball and a shot wouldn't do any harm. Now the 5 ball's heading in, and well, does that 1 ball cut? Does it cut? Yes, it does. And welcome to Winnie. Merry Christmas. Who the hell's this guy? Who the hell's this bumping his gums in the room? Transition. Is it? I think it is. I think with the amount of bullshit that's beginning to come out, I think you're right. Yeah, I think he's on this. He's on the soda again as well, I think. Oh, a good jump shot by Jose. I don't think he's had any luck with the rollout though. Easy kick. I'd be giving this an almighty smack. Well, it could have finished worse than that. I mean, it's obviously the pot is there, but it's still got to be put in the hole. remember I said to you this morning about, was you still on the stream this morning when I said I'll tell you the story about my steak pie tomorrow night, Slim? In fact, is anybody watching that was watching this morning when I was talking about my steak pie? Anyway, I'll tell you that tonight. Not tonight, tomorrow night. Well, it's a little story that has a happy ending, I can assure you that. But it wasn't looking like that at the start of the little story I'll tell you tomorrow night. So, rack number 2 on the board for Jose and Chimpy. Just one behind now. I've downloaded that, I've downloaded it before, but I downloaded it again, this Prism streaming software, to try and get my head round it a bit. I really need to spend a few hours on it to work it out. It's free live streaming software, another alternative to OBS and XSplit. Doesn't cost you anything. But it's not something that you can learn inside out in 5 minutes. You need to spend time messing with it, and I haven't exactly got that time. I could probably have a look in more detail tomorrow. So easy hitting the 1 ball, good chance this could go in, because I think you can get to it to the right side of that 2 ball, and that's well played. Unlucky it didn't go in. And I think though there is no kick off the opposite long rail to get to that 1. I mean, you could spin the cue ball and try and get the left English to work, but you're really tight to the 7. Well, that's anybody's guess whether you'd get the hit, but I think Sergresh is trying the same shot here. Oh, he's caught the 3. So here we go. Once again, we've got ball in hand for Chimpy. And he's just got to make sure that when he comes up the table off this 2, he doesn't go too far right and hook his partner in the 3. I think he's going to make sure he doesn't. But Sergresh, when he plays this shot, well, that's shallow enough of an angle just to dink this 3 in and still leave the cue ball the higher cut in the 4. You don't need to run up the table, you can just dink this in. So it looks as if, is this 3 in a row? Was it 3-0 to, I can't even remember, and I'm watching the damn thing. Was it 3-0 to Slimmins, Sergresh? Well, it certainly looks as if it's going to be 3 apiece in about the next 30 seconds. Oh, now I need to ask anybody that is watching to do me a quick favour if they've got their smartphone handy. I want you to do a test for me, and if you've got your smartphone handy, I want you to use your camera and scan my QR code that will appear on the screen in a second. I'll ask some other time. So, into rack number 7. One Pocket Slim and Sergeresh at the table. And this 2-ball is not very accessible where it's sitting. Well, the 2 does go, and cue ball may well be held there off this 9. I think you've just got to pot this pocket weight and use that 9 ball just to hold. He's going to try and draw off it, I think. Yeah, it wasn't easy. But it has given Chimpy and Jose an easy start here as far as the 2 ball. Now I don't know whether he's got the angle to draw straight back and get into that gap. It's very tight. Try to bump the 5, that was well played. Okay, it's a bit awkward. In fact, it's very awkward, it's very thin. You've got to blast this to get the pace into the 4 ball, but he looks as if he's looking for the safety, which wouldn't do any harm either. Well, he needed to hit that a bit harder to get it up the table, make it more difficult. It's an easy enough hit. I think the angle's there off the rail to get to it. It's nowhere near tight enough in that 5 ball. So this is, in fact, he might even jump the 5 ball. In fact, knowing Slim, he might even jump this and pot the 4. He had to get that tighter, and he had to hit it harder to get the 4 ball moving much further away from where it was sitting. And if you don't do it, well, Slim almost got it, but he might be getting second prize also here. I think he has done. Well, does Chimpy fancy trying to jump that at that distance and get the cue ball over the 6? Not great odds. Well, that's well played. Got to keep that jump cue at a lower angle to get the cue ball to go a further distance, so he judged it very well. Well, the safest route is to go up and down. Jose's trying to play it dead weight, but of course doing that, he hasn't made the pot. Got to go up and down, Jose. It's the safest way, and you've got a huge margin of error doing that. Well, Jose and Chimpy should probably have gone into the lead there. But Jose just trying to be too delicate. You've got to just let the cue ball do its thing. It's a much more safer shot, a much more reliable shot. Well, you can stun this in and stun up the table past the 9 and take the 9 into the same side pocket. In fact, you've got every option that you want to do here. By the way, Cobra, you get your smartphone handy, because nobody else has paid any bloody attention. Have you got your phone handy? I want you to do a test for me and tell me what happens. Good evening, by the way. So one pocket slim and Sergaresh back into the lead, but I think that's come up dry. Oh, that cue ball's just spun out. It's just spun out far enough for an easy hit. Now this is off the back of the rail, full into the 1 ball. No, he only got it half ball. He had to get a bit more left English on the cue ball there. That way he could punt that 1 ball up the table and keep the cue ball up there where it was. It needed to be hit that little bit firmer with a bit more left to get right in behind the 1 ball. No reply from Cobra, so he's totally ignoring me. Don't tell me he's just come into the stream to say hi and then bugger off. I seem to be in a bloody state of permanent tiredness, so I am. Even though I'm off for a few days, I'm still bloody knackered. Body clock's all shot to hell. Well, Champion Jose's comeback from 3-0 down. Looks as if it's being responded to with a 2-rack gap in Slim and Sergaresh's favour here. Table wide open. Well, this is just a bit more awkward now for Slim. Well, that was well done. I mean, that's a decent enough shot that he's left Sergaresh. Are you still there, Cobra, or have you genuinely just disappeared? Well, now Potman, not Potman, Chimpy and Jose need some sort of response if they can get to the table. But Sergaresh has had a ball, and has he left his partner on the 1? Yes, he has. The 3's there. This should be a run out. I'll run out to get to the hill. Now is Slim going to leave his partner the long 7, or is he coming back? He's managed to create the angle with the spin going forward. Slightly the wrong angle in the 7, but this shouldn't be any sort of problem. Got to just get the cue ball out far enough. That could have done me going a wee bit more. Tough ass now for champion Jose. 3 down with 4 to play. And the cue ball stays in the table. The 8 ball has gone. And I don't think that Sergey should get any shot in the 1. 5 ball blocking into the side. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of options available to him there. He would have liked to have pushed it right up the table, but I think the problem was the 3 ball wasn't aligned to play that shot, so you know, at least he's left it awkward. There's plenty of opportunities to hide either the cue ball or the object ball up top left there. Well, Slim obviously thought he'd enough room to get that 1 ball past the 6. A chance here. He hasn't got the cue ball and behind the 6. So just a thin edge for Chimpy to run the cue ball and try and get it past that 3 and 5. And that will do the job. And that's now tricky to get to, although there is a line off the short rail up top. The only problem is you don't want to hit the 6 first of all. And that was well done by Slim. So we're going to get a bit of ducking and diving here for a little while. Until somebody can come up with a very good safety. or somebody makes a mistake. Well, that looks as if it might be dead set as a combo down the rail, and I think that One Pocket Slim will take this on. There's a chance this 7-ball could catch the knuckle though. Very strong chance of that happening, but I don't think he can refuse this. Yeah, and that was always a danger. And of course now this cue ball far too close to the 1. But the cue ball is heading in the right direction to have a shot in the 2. If you can judge the cut in this one, it's probably more than you think. Got it clean. And got a little angle on the 2 as well. Well, needless to say, everything's got to go here. You can come off the 3. He's tried to hold it and he's held it well. Needs to get the cue ball out. Again, that's just another 6-7 inches short there. Just to make this comfortable. Cue balls just want to run away again. And that's why Jose just nursed it in. So it's definitely going to be another rack in the board to survive at least one more rack. Now things need to happen on Jose's break here. Needs a good solid break, couple of balls maybe, and a shot for his partner. And I don't think they'll get any joy. Is that 7 going to make it? Nope. And what's more, Sergres has got a 3-ball combo here. 1 onto whatever ball that is. Is that the 8 or the 4? It's the 8. Oh, he's cut it too thin. But he's going to get away with it. Unless Chimpy tries something crazy like banging the 1 ball and trying to stun and knock the 7 ball in or something. I don't know that he can do it though. I think the 8 ball's the way. Just trying to duck for cover, and that's a good shot. Easy hit though. Now, is this going to be played with pace? Oh, I thought it was just going to catch enough of the 7. Well, it's definitely going this time. Now, whatever way you look at it, all the balls are there. They've all got a pocket. You've just got to get on them all. Now, he's just getting into the cue ball a bit too much there, Sergres. The only problem that Chimpy's got here. He's going to miss the 4, but he's going to come around by the 7 and 6, the 8 and 6 here, and it's just a bit tricky. There's no guarantee that this is going to finish good. I see the cue ball still leaked away. He done his best to try and avoid a collision, but he's left it really tough here now for Jose. But I don't think Jose should be thumping this in. I think he should just be playing the pot. No, he hasn't got the cut at all, but I'll tell you something. He would have liked that to come back a lot tighter to the rail, because I'm pretty certain Sergaresh is going to give this a cut. And the match might be all over if this goes in. And it has done. And Chimpy, sorry, not Chimpy, bloody Slim, should be able to get his partner back onto that 6 ball. Good enough. And I think there's just enough angle there on this pot just to come back off the 6. Big stun. Now Chimpy, why do I keep saying Chimpy? It's One Pocket Slim can check the cue ball if he wants to come nicely up the right side. And that's almost on the mark from the side pocket. So this for the match. And so Slim and his new partner this week. I was finishing my dessert when Slim was looking for a partner, but he's managed to carry the crown and retain the title of Monday Night 9-Ball Champion, albeit with Sergaresh as his partner, by 7 racks to 4. So that is it. Just a little quick tournament tonight. 9-ball Scotch doubles. What's that? My title is your title. Right, guys. I hope you can join us tomorrow night. Don't forget, 11 PM GMT. What the hell's that? 6 PM Eastern. Oh, Parliament's arrived in the room. He must be. He's arrived in the lobby. He's probably the only reason he stumbles into the lobby if he's pissed. So I'm glad the match is finished. He won't come into the room. So I'll bid you good night, folks. Take care. See you again soon.